is nothing more classic than a blueberry muffin for breakfast. And here in Maine, we are very fortunate to have wild Maine blueberries available to us. You can bake these up frequently to keep that fresh baked muffin smell going down the hall, or if scratch-baked items are more difficult to fit into your schedule, you can wait until May when blueberries are the highlighted item in our Harvest of the Month program and serve these as a special treat. When starting any project in the kitchen, we got to gather that mise en place. Making sure all of our ingredients are ready to go before we start is the best way to ensure a consistent, good quality product. So of course, to begin, you need your recipe. For this recipe, we will have 8 ounces of all-purpose flour and 8 ounces of whole grain flour, 1½ cups granulated sugar, a teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2/3 of a cup of canola oil, 2 large eggs. If using liquid, this would be 1/2 cup, 2/3 of a cup of milk, and 2 cups of blueberries. You will also need a mixer with a paddle attachment, just like this one seen here, a muffin pan, non-stick spray, a number 16 blue-handled portion-controlled disher, and a rubber spatula. So now that we have all of our ingredients gathered, it is time to mix up our blueberry muffins. We're going to put our milk, our oil, and our eggs into the bowl first. Because blueberry muffins are a quick bread, we're going to use the blitz method of mixing, which is when we put all the ingredients into the bowl at once. But we want to make sure that our wet ingredients go down first. So next we put in our sugar. Our flours. And then our salt and our baking powder. We then want to secure our paddle attachment onto the mixer, raise the bowl, and lower the guard. We want to start the mixer on a lower speed so that our ingredients don't fly all over the place. And of course, if you're wondering about the blueberries, not really a liquid, not really a dry, we hold off on adding these until the end for a couple of reasons. We don't want the blueberries to break apart, and I know some kids might like it, but we really don't want our blueberry muffins to be blue. Once your mix is completely incorporated, you want to lower the bowl and take off the paddle. You want to be sure not to overmix this. Because it is a quick bread, you only want to mix until it's just combined. If you overmix a muffin, you give the flour a chance to develop the gluten and you end up with a chewier product. So now we want to scrape our batter off of the paddle here. And we can set the paddle attachment aside. We will now take our blueberries and put them into the bowl and gently fold them in. Because I am using frozen blueberries, you will still see a color change in the batter, but that is okay. All right, so the next step is you want to clear all your dirty dishes off to the side so you have space to work. And you want to bring your muffin pan right in front of you. I choose to not use liners. They're not really necessary for sticking purposes, and it's just an extra step and an added cost that you don't really need. I choose to spray the muffin pans very generously. And you then want to take your number 16 blue-handled disher to distribute the muffin batter throughout each muffin cup. To get a nice even scoop, you want to make sure you scrape across the top of the batter and up the bowl so it's nice and level, and then deposit. Once you have filled all of the cups on your muffin pan, you want to put your muffins into a 350-degree convection oven, 400 if conventional, for about 10 minutes, and then you'll want to check them and turn them if necessary. So our timer has now gone off on our muffins. So first thing we want to do is check to make sure they're done. You can do this one of two ways. You can use the toothpick method, which is where you insert a toothpick into the muffin, and if it comes out clean, it's done. Or my preferred method, especially for blueberry muffins, is to actually touch the top of them. Because there's blueberries in there, a toothpick might not come out clean, even if it is done. So what you want to do is you want to gently touch the top of the muffin, and if it springs back, it is done. So if you look here, that muffin is springing back. If it does not spring back, it needs a couple more minutes. So now we're going to take our muffins out and put them on a rack to cool. Our muffins have cooled about halfway. They're still pretty warm, but easy to handle here. You want to dump them out of the pans now. If you wait till they're completely cool, there's a better chance of them sticking to the pan. Really simple. You just pick the pan up and tap it, and they should all fall free. You can then arrange them onto your sheet pan if you're making a whole bunch and just wrap them up, and you can go serve those fresh baked muffins to all your kids. If you want fresh baked muffins coming out of your kitchen daily, but don't have the time to mix up recipes from scratch, whole grain muffin mixes are a great alternative. They are extremely reliable, and because they are a base mix, you can actually make them into anything you want. I have actually mixed up just one base, split it into 3 bowls, and from this I can make 3 completely different muffins. In this bowl here, I'm going to make a chocolate chip muffin. In this bowl here, I have some orange zest that I'm going to add in, and some dried cranberries, and we'll have a nice cranberry orange muffin. And in this bowl here, we're going to actually use these same dried cranberries, plop them in here, and some white chocolate chips for a wonderful white chocolate chip cranberry muffin. It's so easy to make a variety of different muffins using a mix. Now all you need to do is mix them up, get your pan ready, grab a number 16 blue handled disher, deposit, and bake according to the instructions on the box, and you'll have fresh baked muffins coming out of your kitchen.